Chapter 5, The First Weeks. Thank you for visiting Chapter 5, which I will try to describe what the first 3 months were like after our son's cardiac arrest. The initial stay in an ICU hospital, LTAC rehab, and my son's rehab in the nursing rehab center. In the ICU, he was not allowed visitation because of COVID. We called at least 2 to 3 times each day to check on him. The ICU did a lot of tests in the approximately 2-week stay. They did MRIs, X-rays, a lot of blood work, EKG, and EEG. The ICU did put an iPad in his room every other day for us to talk to him for 15 minutes. It helped some, so he could hear our voices and we could see him. When the ICU thought he was stable enough and they finished every test they could, it was time to transfer him to an LTAC, long-term acute center hospital. His LTAC is actually located in a larger hospital. This is when, as I said before, they let one person into his room a day. It was at the long-term acute care where they started working with him. He was sitting up with help, chewing crushed ice, and they worked with him to keep his upper and lower limbs flexible. He was doing pretty good. I took photos of him so I could see changes in him as time went on. My boy had a faraway look on his face, and his eyes could not focus on us. I was in his room many times when therapy came in, so I could witness what they did and how good he was doing. His muscles were very weak, and he could not hold them still. He was at the LTAC for about 6 weeks. The care he had was superb. He had one nurse that called him her baby. I still have one of them calling every so often to check on him. Their care meant so much to us. When it was time for him to leave, they lined the halls and cheered for him. I think that made him feel very loved. We had to have an EMS transfer him to the rehab nursing home. When he got there, we were waiting for him. The EMS took him to his room quickly, and all we could do was touch him and let him know how much we loved him while he was outside the facility. My son went straight to his room at the facility. Due to the COVID shutdown, the facility did not allow any visitation. We waited outside his room window so we could make sure he was okay. The nurses told us the next day that our son had had a terrible night. He was very agitated and looked and was very scared. New surroundings and voices he did not know. They started him on a medicine to help calm him down. Since we had to have him admitted in a facility out of state because of the no vent care status at facilities in our state, we drove 150 miles each way from our home every day to visit him. We thought it important to assure him that Mom and Dad were there for him. The facility was able to set up an iPad for us to talk to him with our phones. He seemed to be getting very good care. The facility had really great nurses and CNAs. One of his CNAs told him she could tell from the very beginning they were going to be great friends. He has one really great nurse that has worked with him since the first day he was admitted. We feel all of the nurses are great and care a lot about our son. We have not had any great concerns about our son's care. We have regular care conferences where we can voice any concerns, and the very few we have had were corrected as soon as possible. The staff at the facility is very receptive to any of our requests. The facility is always very clean and never has that nursing home smell. I will end this chapter and thank you for listening and visiting my channel. As I have said before, I am not a health professional or certified counselor. I am not in a position to tell you what to do. I would appreciate it a lot if you would hit the like button and subscribe. This helps get my channel out to others. Thank you again and have a great day. Now a prayer. Don't quit. Someone is praying for you right now, and you will make it through this. God is on your side. Amen.